What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee and Toys here, bringing you another Star Wars figure unboxing and review. Now, I'm not a Star Wars Black Series collector. I'm not. I'm really not. But yet, I bought another Star Wars Black Series figure today. And that figure, of course, is the new Luke Skywalker from the Book of Boba Fett with Grogu. Let's talk about it. Okay, I can't resist core characters in the Star Wars Black Series. I try, and I fail miserably. I picked up the last Luke Skywalker. I've picked up this Luke Skywalker. I've pre-ordered Darth Malak and Darth Revan I own currently. So when I say I don't collect the Star Wars Black Series, if you ever hear me say it, I'm just a terrible, terrible liar. Because I do collect Star Wars Black Series to a very limited extent. As I've said before, I primarily stick to the vintage collection, but I saw this figure at Target. Target was loaded up for me this week. I've went to 2 different Targets so far this week, and I have just found so many action figures, and my wallet's kind of just begging me to stop going to Target right now. But I was interested in seeing this figure. I picked it up. I did get a sticker shock when I scanned it, but I decided I wasn't taking it back. The price tag for this is $45 before tax, and that's a lot. So I'm really hoping this figure actually comes off better than... I've already got kind of a negative feeling because of that price point, but let's check it out and see where it goes from there. Okay, so here we have it. Star Wars The Black Series, Luke Skywalker and Grogu from Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett. Of course, this is whenever Luke is training Grogu. In the series, you get to see what exactly the training that Grogu's going to go through with Luke. And yeah, this is the plastic-free packaging. So let's just dive in and look at it. Of course, we've got Luke Skywalker with a interesting-looking face. Standing beside him is Grogu doing his little force jump with his little frog and the remote shooting at him when he's doing his training. On the side, we have this beautiful artwork that makes a scene. I don't know what other characters are included in this particular wave. But as you see, Grogu is on Luke's back. Just very similar to how Yoda was on Luke's back when he was doing his Jedi training. And of course, on the back, you get that same picture. Luke Skywalker, Grogu. To help him hone his skills and understand the ways of the Force, Grogu trains with the new Jedi Master, Luke Skywalker. Of course, this is number 7, Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett. And on this side, we get to see that he stands 6 inches tall. Grogu stands 0.9 inches tall. And you can see that he comes with both of his lightsabers, ignited and disengaged. Luke comes with just one lightsaber. And of course, we have the remote on this is actually a stand. I did not realize that. It's just one-piece stand. And of course, we get the frog, and I'm not sure what that is at the bottom exactly. Is that supposed to be some sort of like shells or something, or maybe a little bag? I don't know. We'll find out. But of course, it says plastic-free packaging. Nothing interesting on the bottom. So, with that being said, let's get this guy out of the package and see what it's all about. Okay, here we have it. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, and Grogu. And I gotta say, immediate first thought was, this face looks a lot better than the packaging artwork or the pre-production pictures shown on the package. It looks much, much better. Definitely Luke, as he is seen in the Book of Boba Fett, he has the more crossover robe and not his Jedi-style outfit that we see in Return of the Jedi, and or even in The Mandalorian end of Season 2. So, of course, everything else about Luke's pretty much the same. Actually, no, I think these are new wraps. This might be a mostly new body. I don't have the other Luke Skywalker unboxed, so I really can't do a comparison, but this might be more new than I thought. This is a soft goods vest that is over the figure, so I can't really take it off from what I can tell. But it's very nice. Of course, he has the standard articulation of a Star Wars figure. You got double joint elbow. Everything's pinless. Knees bend all the way, nearly all the way back. Rocker ankles, forward, backwards, side to side. Articulation at the wrist. Of course, he's got his gloved hand for his robotic hand, cybernetic hand, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, 360 head turn. Yeah, very nice looking figure. Not too shabby at all. I do like this figure a lot. I was, like I said, very pleasantly surprised versus what I saw in the box art. And yeah, of course, we now need to go to Grogu, little Grogu. Of course, Grogu has head articulation. He has arm articulation. And one thing I was surprised he does have, I thought these would just be molded on the bottom, but they actually have a little bit of articulation. The feet. You can move those little tiny feet just a little bit. Of course, there's little Grogu's face, trying to get a focus on the camera there. So yeah, you can just stand him right there. Now, as far as the accessories go, we've got quite a bit to cover, actually. So we'll start with the stand. So we've got a rock base, and it's got a couple different plugs in it. So we've got the rock base, and of course you can plug a few different things into that. One being, if I can do this right, I have to kind of figure out how it all goes about. We have the rock, and then we've got some clear plastic stands that we got to put together. So we're going to put this in here. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Who knows? I know we got to make Grogu look like he's jumping, and I know this plugs into his foot. So let me... Oh, that is... Probably going to move the table, folks, so I apologize if the camera jumps around a little bit while I'm trying to push this into the... Wow, this is tight. There we go. Perfect. So there is the plastic stand that you can attach Grogu. I believe he has a peg in his foot. Yep. So you're just going to do that little number if you want to make him jump. At least I thought that's what it was supposed to be. Actually, you know what? That is not it. There is another plastic stand that actually has 2 balls on it, and you can put that to make him jumping. So I am not sure what this other plastic one is for yet. I assume for the remote. So we'll just jump into it. This remote is very cool. Have they made a remote before in the Black Series? I'm sure they have. Surely they must have made this before. But I just don't recall the last time it was made. So very, very cool to have that remote. Now I assume this plugs in here. Perfect. So yes, you get your remote that plugs into this stand. And I guess you can just kind of, set it off to the side. Let me pull the camera out so you can see as I'm trying to put this together. Geez, made the leg of my camera fall or come undone. Sorry, folks. I didn't know anything about this, so I didn't know what to even expect. I just saw Luke and Grogu, and I kind of said, "Oh, that's really cool," and I grabbed it. Ooh, shiny. Sometimes that's how my collector brain works. So, I'm sure there's someone watching this that agrees with me. So, with that being said, the remote goes on there, and then there is a firing piece to the remote that goes... How does this go? It looks like it shoots... Well, there should be another hole somewhere on this remote that I am not seeing yet. I guess you can actually do it this way. So you can have the remote just flying, or you can put the remote like this. It's actually shooting, and that plugs into the ground. So that's sort of interesting. I'm trying to figure out which plug it goes into, because it doesn't feel like it fits in either one of these holes. Oh no, it does fit in this one. This one is smaller, and it has a little tiny notch in it. I apologize, folks. Clearly you can see I just do these on the whim. I don't really pre-plan a lot when I do this. It is not fitting in there very well. This is the way the notch is supposed to be, but man, it is having a hard time fitting in there. Yeah, so hopefully you can see there's a notch on the end of this that is supposed to match up with this hole. And yet when I'm sticking it in there, it is not wanting to... That's kind of unfortunate. Okay. Well, so there's that. Unfortunately, it's not working the way I want. So we will just put the remote back on its base, so we can just have it flying. And of course, he does come with the backpack, the training backpack. So as you can see, it's just empty on the inside. Grogu should be able to just pop right on in there. Yep, no issues there. And of course, it looks like it can just disconnect at the well, man. Oh, there we go. So it disconnects at the base of the backpack. I was trying to remove it there, and that's not where it goes. So we'll accessorize it up in a minute. We'll put it on Luke and see what it looks like. He does come with a little tiny, I'm going to call it a frog. I'm sure that's not the actual name of the creature, but I'm going to call it a frog that we've seen in the series that is the preferred lunch of Grogu. Of course, you can just set it down there like that. He does come with, this is what I couldn't figure out earlier, it is a little like knapsack, or, you know, a bum bag, I'll call it, where he has his gear wrapped up in it, I believe. So you can just kind of set that on the rock if you want as well. And Grogu also comes with an ignited version of his lightsaber. So it's very cool. And a disengaged version of his lightsaber. And it's so small, I can barely get it to actually show up on the screen. So the cool thing I didn't notice was that you also get this little wooden box. And it is hinged, and it opens up, and there is a little area to actually set the lightsaber inside. If I can do it correctly, this is I have small fingers, and this is hard for me to put in here. So maybe if I put it at the top, maybe it'll snap in. It will not. So you kind of have to just put it in there like that. Mine's a little off center, but you can close it up. And you kind of have the nice little box that has Grogu's lightsaber in it. And then finally, of course, we have Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. And it's just the typical lightsaber that comes with the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. It just unplugs so you can have engaged or disengaged. Plug it back in. Does have the hook on it. There is nowhere on Luke Skywalker, though, to place it. So I'm kind of upset about that. I wish there was a place on his body, a hook, to actually put that on. And there's no hook on the backpack either. I'm just double checking that real quick. So that's kind of a bummer. But let me sort this out here for a second. We'll accessorize, and we'll kind of give some final thoughts on the figure. Okay, so there we go. I did manage to get this connected together. It is very, very loose. It's not going to stay together very well. So if you do decide to do the diorama seam like I've done, know that anything that bumps that is going to knock it straight out. Matter of fact, I'm going to try my hardest not to knock it out. Also, on Luke, there is no way in Hades that you can get this thing to connect. At least not on mine. I actually had to pull the head off. This side doesn't come off the back of the satchel. It only unclips from this side. So I actually pulled his head off. Which the socket, by the way, is deep in the head. It's kind of difficult to get back on. So there's no way. I'm kind of just, like I said, I'm kind of just hiding it with his lightsaber hand right now. But yeah, so there it kind of is. That's the setup. You've got I did manage to get the lightsaber back in the box properly, so you can actually have it like that. Lightsaber does not fit in Grogu's hand. That is another issue. The hand right here is actually kind of got a grip on it, but there is no way it can hold that lightsaber, which is very unfortunate. And I don't know what to do with this little satchel, or whatever, this little piece of cloth that's wrapped up. I really like the Luke Skywalker. I do not care for this accessory set. Just overall, I love the box with the lightsaber. I think that's cool. Missed opportunity of him not being able to hold it. The lightsaber seems big in his hand. Now, I know Grogu is still a youngling, or whatever you want to call him. He's only like, 55 years old? But it'd be nice if he'd be able to actually hold the lightsaber. So I think that was a missed opportunity. Not having the lightsaber for Luke to be able to attach to the backpack or to his hip is another missed opportunity. But I do really like the Luke Skywalker figure. I like the Grogu figure as well. I just think that for the price point, I shouldn't be struggling to get this all connected. I shouldn't be struggling with you know, trying to get pieces plugged in. Lightsaber should be able to fit in Grogu's hand. So overall, I'm going to say hold off on buying this unless you just really want the Luke Skywalker until maybe it'll go on clearance, because 45 is really high for what we're getting. I think it's a little bit of a miss. I'm a $30 price point, $35 price point. I'd be more in on it. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this set. Did you pick it up? Do you have the same thoughts as me? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think this is worth the $45? I'd be really interested in knowing, because I don't, like I said, I don't collect a lot of Black Series. So drop me a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're doing a giveaway very soon. And otherwise, I'm Mark. You're watching Coffee with Toys, and I will see you later.